Renewals can feel comfortable. We know the customer, we know the service, we know the history, we know the people, we know what has worked well and what's been difficult. That should give us an advantage. But it can also make renewals dangerous because incumbency can create false confidence. The team may assume that the customer remembers all the positives. They may assume continuity will be enough. They may assume the buyer understands the effort that's gone into the service. They may price in known pain that the competitors do not see. They may spend too much time explaining the current model and not enough time proving why the next version is better. A renewal is not a comfortable rebid. It's an active defence and it must be treated as a live competition. The first renewal habit is to bid clean. That means asking, if we were not the incumbent, how would we view this opportunity? What would we challenge? What would we simplify? What would we price differently? What would we say the customer needs next? And if we were a competitor, how would we attack the incumbent? Would we say the current service is tired? Would we say the model is too expensive? Would we say technology has not evolved? Would we say that the customer needs fresh thinking? Would we say we can mobilise with less disruption? This exercise is uncomfortable but useful. It stops the team from becoming defensive. It helps us to build a stronger, sharper renewal strategy. The second habit is to maintain the customer relationship map. Do not wait for the ITT launch to ask who matters. In a renewal, the stakeholder map should be live throughout the contract. Who is satisfied? Who is frustrated? Who has influence? Who has changed role? Who is new to the service? Who remembers historic issues? Who is focused on finance? Who is focused on resident experience? Who is focused on operational control? A renewal bid should reflect the current customer reality, not the customer as they were when the contract began. The third habit is to fix issues before the rebid. This is critical. The bid should not be used as the first place where known problems are explained. If the customer has concerns about performance, governance, communication, reporting, complaints, technology, staffing or responsiveness, those issues should be actively managed before the ITT lands. Where possible, fix them. Where they cannot be fully fixed, show ownership, action trajectory and control. The worst position is to arrive at a renewal with known dissatisfaction and no visible improvement story. The fourth habit is to package the proof. Incumbents often have more evidence than anyone else, but they do not always use it well. A renewal should have a live evidence pack covering current APIs, performance trends, service improvements, complaints, compliments, audit results, staffing stability, training system performance, social value delivery, financial reconciliation, risk management, and examples of problems solved. The evidence should not sit in raw reports. It should be turned into scoreable proof. What was the baseline? What action did we take? What changed? What was the customer benefit? What does this prove about the next contract? The fifth habit is to define a defend and improve strategy. A renewal should not simply say, keep us because we know you. It should say, here is what we will keep because it works. Here is what we will improve because your needs have moved on. Here is what we will change because we have learned from delivery. Here is what we will stop doing because it no longer adds value. And here is what we will govern more tightly. Here is what we will measure, and that is a much stronger story than a continuity message on its own. Continuity is only valuable when it's connected to improvement. The sixth habit is to control incumbent pain in the commercial story. This is a common renewal problem. Because we know the contract deeply, we may price every difficulty, every exception, every awkward customer behaviour, every operational workaround and every historic issue. A competitor may not know those things or may choose not to price them in the same way. So the renewal team must ask, are we pricing genuine future requirement or are we pricing in historic pain? Can the issue be mitigated through better process, clearer governance, technology, staffing design, customer decision making or scoped improvement? Are we adding cost where we should be adding control? This does not mean ignoring risk, it means managing it intelligently. The seventh habit is to answer the question, why change now? In many renewals, the customer may be asking themselves whether they should stay with the incumbent or use the procurement to create change. Our bid must answer that directly. Why is staying with us the lower choice? Why is our next solution better than the current service? What have we learned? How will the customer experience improve? What will be more transparent? What will be more efficient? What will be more controlled? What will be easier for the customer? If we cannot answer those questions, a competitor may create a stronger change narrative than our continuity narrative. The final habit is to learn from every renewal, whether we win or lose. If we win, ask what did the customer value? Which proof worked? Which concerns had to be overcome? Which parts of the solution were most persuasive? If we lose, ask the same questions even more sharply. What did the competitor make easier to believe? Where did we rely too much on incumbency? Where did our proof fail? Where did price, risk, or solution design weaken the story? Renewals should build institutional memory. Each one should make the next one stronger. The message is simple. Do not treat renewals as safe. Do not assume familiarity is enough. Do not leave customer issues unresolved. Do not make the bid team rediscover the service history. Defend the contract actively. Use incumbent truth. Package the proof. Challenge the commercial position. Show continuity with improvement and make the customer believe that staying with us is not just the familiar choice. It is the best evidenced, lowest risk, highest value choice there is.